And hello again, YouTube. Yeah, I'm oversharing a lot this week, but I'm just kind of going through a lot in my head these days, and feeling mostly alone through most of it. And this helps. It quiets the voices in my head, or at least it gives them somewhere to go, and helps me sort out my thoughts. And hey, it's entertaining for all of you, right? So it's Friday, July 22nd, 8:20 p.m., and I'm just leaving Bullocks. I had a mildly productive session there. Honestly, the first couple hours I was socializing more than I was working on my music, which was good. I had several women give me hugs, which was much needed, and tell me that they all think I'm a good guy, and that that I need to push forward and get the so-called girlfriend that really isn't fulfilling the role of girlfriend out of my place, because she's just clearly just taking advantage of me and walking all over me. And that's kind of where I am now. Yeah, I was thinking we'd spend the weekend together, but it's just everything's just crashed and burned so hard this week that that's not happening. So I think I'm headed over to Osbar right now. I'm not really sure what my agenda is for tonight. I have no plans at all. Wish I had a hot date. Wish I had my car, but I don't have either of those things. So I'm just on foot, walking eastbound on Bethany Home Road across the I-17, talking to myself. I seem to do a lot of that these days. Last night, or yesterday, the bus ride to Bullocks was absolutely miserable. Bus ride this afternoon, not bad at all. Actually, the what do you call it? The 29 showed up right on time. Was actually running ahead of schedule most of the way, and had to do periodic stops to let the schedule catch up with it, which was kind of a nice change from the usual of just getting progressively later and later and later. And another, one thing I see Phoenix doing with its buses that I find frustrating is there's a beggar walking in a place where they ain't supposed to be. Really hate those guys when I'm driving on that ramp there. It's a hazard, and ADOT needs to do something about it. Anyway, whoa, I'm like crossing against the light, and that guy's hauling balls. And right on red without as much as even really slowing down. All right, that's how Phoenicians drive, by the way. So yeah, the ride over was pretty good. Took the 29. Now, it was one thing that I find kind of frustrating with the Phoenix city bus system is it just seems like there's no rhyme or reason between, like there just seems to be a real disconnect between what service is offered and where. So I was on one of those articulated buses, which are basically like the double bus with the bendy part in the middle. On the Thomas Road bus today, and I don't think there were ever in the entire ride more than 9 or 10 people on that bus. So why the hell are they running such an enormous bus with such high capacity and such high operating costs, when for as few people as rode it, a short bus could have sufficed? Seriously, whoa, I just tripped on this screwy ass sidewalk. Like, why? That's money being wasted that could be put into better transit. Was a very, very gorgeous young black woman sitting directly across from me, by the way, wearing a somewhat revealing outfit. Yeah, that was nice eye candy for most of the ride. She was on the bus when I got on it and got off, I think, at 15th Avenue. So now I rode to 27th Avenue, and I did shoot a video when I got off. Hopefully y'all watched that one before watching this one. And go ahead and get your killing machine out of the way. Thank you. So I got some guy on a bicycle with no shirt on yelling because he's trying to find his homeless homie. It's always entertaining out here in the hood. Arco 449. Nice to see gas prices coming down. Since the higher gas prices didn't seem to slow anybody's driving down. Shot a video of my transfer, and I really enjoyed the ride on the whereas, for the most part I was just looking at my phone when I was on the 29 and occasionally looking at the woman across the aisle from me because she was gorgeous. When I got on the 29, now see on the 27 northbound. Now, in the daytime, I think the 29 runs like, not only they're running these ginormously oversized bus, but I think the bus runs like every 10 minutes, which is good. Like 10-minute frequency on a major bus route, that's a good thing. No complaints there. But I mean, why a giant articulated bus when there's going to be another bus coming down in 10 minutes? It seems to me that they could use much smaller buses. On the other hand, you got the 27, which is also a very busy bus route, and just running like a regular size bus, one of the smaller regular size buses, and that thing was packed. I mean, there were people standing up in it because there wasn't room to sit down, and it was packed full of sweaty, downtrodden people. But there was an odd sense of camaraderie with the people on the bus. Like, people were just kind of alert and talking to each other. It felt. There was honestly a real sense of community I felt on the people that were riding the 27 today. It was unusual and really nice. But yeah, hello. 27. Either get some larger buses running on that route, or I don't know, step up the frequency higher than every 30 minutes. That's a busy route. A lot of people that don't drive travel up and down 27th Avenue, and that's a bus that should be running every, I don't know, step it up to every 20 minutes, maybe every 15 minutes, but every 30 is certainly not adequate. And if all you're running is those little buses on it every 30 minutes, it's crazy crowded on those buses. Anyway, all in all, that was kind of a pleasant ride. There was some ghetto booty type eye candy there. Gotta love and they're probably working girls, because hey, they're on 27th Avenue, right? Maybe that's where I should be looking for some love, but I know that's not love, that's just transactional. But then again, what's going on with Priscilla and I, it's gotten pretty transactional as of late anyway. I mean, at this point, she never wants to have sex, and I've functionally got to beg for it, and what little bit I get, which is not very satisfying anymore. She seems to think that, oh, well, I've done my part of the transaction. Now I'm going to get all this, and this, and this from Dan, and I think she needs to realize that my junk is like a plant. It's like an eggplant. It needs to get wet daily. Water that daily, sometimes twice a day, or it's just not going to function like you want it to function, nor will anything else attach to it. So anyway, yesterday, that's the worst analogy I've come up with in a long time. You're welcome. So yesterday, absolutely, and I haven't noticed a bus come by since I've been walking. I kind of figured this was one of those that would be likely faster to walk than to wait for the bus. And honestly, I just kind of wanted to get all these thoughts out of my head. Much easier to do that walking and talking to myself while recording on this lovely little Obama phone. So far I've shot two vlogs on the new rose gold iPhone, and so far no luck in getting that onto Google. In fact, I tried to change my Google password to add that phone to it. Or, so I would try to change my password so I would have a password that I know, so I could log in on on that phone. And it's, Google can be problematic. And I hate that there's no actual customer service where you can call and talk to a person at Google. That's absolutely not a thing. Crossed that bridge many years ago, which it resulted in me actually taking a trip to Google's headquarters, Google's offices in Boulder, Colorado, which resolved absolutely nothing, but probably got the cops called on me. With Google having as much control as they have over people's lives and such influence over, I get that there's, it's a good thing for security, but there should really be a human connection where people can call and be like, hey, I'm having issues with my Google account. Even if that's a service you got to pay for, I'd pay for that. I really would. Obviously this channel is still functioning, and my Obama phone still logged into my Google, and my karaoke computer was using that today, the whole day, just fine, on the same Google account. Didn't upload anything on it. All I did with it was just downloading karaoke tracks and music videos and songs off of YouTube. But I'm logged in, so it's tracking my history as part of this YouTube account, which is what I want it to do. Which is kind of something I need as I'm going through different YouTube channels, YouTube karaoke channels, just help me keep track of where I'm at with it. Hey, looks like this light's about ready to change. Nice. Although I might not get a walk signal without hitting that button. And I might have hit it too late. So, no, there's a walk signal. All right, cool. I'm headed over to Osbar, so I got to get on the north side of Bethany at some point. This seemed as good of a place to accomplish that as any. Where am I at? 21st Avenue. So, pretty much where the Abrazo Central Campus Hospital stuff starts. Hospital formerly known as Baptist Hospital, or Phoenix Baptist Hospital. This is where I got the reconstructive surgery done on my right arm. If any of y'all ever seen my right arm, I got a pretty damn gnarly scar on it. And that scar was from a surgery that was done here. Actually, that scar is from a window near 27th Avenue and Glendale, but the sewing up of that wound happened here. And I got a couple scars on the back of my hand as well from where they went in to get parts, basically get some additional tissue to do the reconstruction on my right arm. And the scars aren't pretty, but they're a reminder of what I've endured. And my right arm is strong. I would say stronger than my left. So maybe it's not perfect, but it's me, and I'm cool with it. Hell, that whole incident could have killed me, and it didn't. So, as I say, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Well, I gotta check out this soul food place across the road. Charlie Mays. Not today, though. I still got one of my $1 tacos in the bag, and had 3 of my $1 tacos today at Bullock's. Trying to eat on a budget because money's tight. Going to be tighter without Priscilla contributing to the bills, and still going to be completely worth it when her mess is out of my home, and I no longer have to be stressing about, It's one thing to not be getting any action. It's a whole nother thing to not have to look at the action that I'm not getting. And it's a whole nother thing entirely to be stressing out when she just disappears all night. And then the shit that she did, Monday night, Tuesday morning, of disappearing, but then trying to sneak in, trying to come in, trying to be all sneaky and show up 10 minutes before she expects me to get off work because she knows my schedule. Yeah, that shit just don't sit well with me at all. I'm pretty over it. I'm just trying to feel like, is there still love? Do I still have love for her? I don't know. Not much, I'll tell you that. So anyway, super frustrated that, yesterday afternoon, I couldn't get a hold of Rob, so surprise, I don't have my car. Actually, no, I take that back. That's not true. I did get a hold of Rob. It was a little bit after 5. He said he was at a junkyard. Actually, come to think of it, I didn't get it. Rob got a hold of me. That's right, because I shot a video and it ended with me having to answer the phone because Rob was calling yesterday as I was walking up 46th Street. So he when was that today? God, my days are blurring together again. Actually, come to think of it, that was today. Yesterday, no word. Yesterday I was rolling on no word. But I don't have a car. Actually, no, I did get a hold of him. Come to think of it, God, it's sorry. Things, trying to keep my thoughts straight and just things blur, you know. I did get a hold of him. Well, they finally got a bus shelter here. This stop was without a bus shelter for a long time, and they put a larger than average one there, which is good because this stop gets insanely crowded. Again, because Bethany home is a really busy route. A lot of people live on the stretch of Bethany that I've been walking down and don't have cars. And again, service on this one is every 30 minutes. And it's such a busy route that it doesn't... It can't keep up with that every 30-minute schedule because every bus is so crowded and so busy and stopping and letting people on and off so frequently that they just become tragically late, especially in the afternoon. Anyway, so yeah, I got a hold of Rob yesterday afternoon, and he's like, oh, I'm at the junkyard, I'm not going back to the shop. Trying to get a harness for your car. I'm like, wow, I really need my car to get to work tonight. He's like, well, what are you going to do? I said, I guess I'll take the bus, but keep in mind, like, riding, that bus journey is what resulted in me getting mugged and losing my iPhone a while back. He's like, well, get yourself a thing of mace. Yeah, that doesn't replace my iPhone, and I don't think having mace that night would have helped anything. It certainly wouldn't have made the bus stop for me. The bus that just drove right by me, that resulted in me being so freaked out. And I was in no mental state to have defended myself with mace. Anyway, that was a rough night. And I still, phone and communications-wise, haven't recovered from it. I mean, I got this new rose gold iPhone, but I've had no success in getting it connected to anything other than my phone number. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've been using Reddit on it. I never have any trouble logging into Reddit. Reddit doesn't want to do any extra bullshit like multi-factor authentication, blah blah blah. Username and password, and I'm in. No extra bullshit with Reddit, thank God. Oh shit, I'm all jaywalking here. La la la. I hate the way Phoenix has integrated light rail tracks with strobes. It shouldn't. Shit, I'm blocking these people turning left, and I just don't give a fuck. You shouldn't have to cross that many lanes of traffic in an intersection where there's a train. But that's what we got here. Phoenix is a great city to drive in, pretty fucking miserable place to walk. I realized I wasn't going to have my car, and to be fair, I didn't ask Priscilla if she would give me a ride because she never does. She was next very, very, very little help during the 8 months that I didn't have a vehicle, and I don't think I've ever felt more abandoned by a significant other than I was by her during that time period where I was trying to tough it out. And look for work without a car while she's taking advantage of my daughter's room, doing a work from home job with a vehicle that she won't even let me use or clean up enough to where I'm comfortable to use it. She's like, well, I told you could use it. I'm like, well, I said, I told you that the way it is, I can't use it like that. You need to clean it. I don't understand why she has such an aversion to cleaning. But I'm over it. I'm done with it. So yesterday, the ride to Bus ride to work was just awful. Absolutely awful. It's 8:39. Karaoke game has started. I think I'm going to keep walking and talking because I want to get this shit off my mind. Because I'm at Osbar. So anyway, so yeah, I didn't even bother to ask her for a ride. What happened, though, is she actually came into the room, climbs on top of me. I want to say it's maybe about 5:30 p.m., which surprised me because I was like, hey, I thought you didn't get off work till 6. And she goes, oh, no, that's blah, 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 whatever days. I get off at 5 on Friday. And I'm like, oh, or 5 on Thursday. She's like, I got 5 on Thursday. It's not even Friday. It's Thursday. Today's Friday. Anyway, I'm just like, okay. I don't know. Her schedule for a job that you think would have a really consistent schedule, it doesn't. So I've been unable to really memorize what it is. Every time I think I've figured out what it is, I find out I'm wrong. But, she climbs on top of me and starts hugging on me. And I've told her repeatedly, look, unless that is a prelude to us having sex, don't do it. Period. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I've asked her that repeatedly, and she doesn't respect my wishes. She gets frustrated when I touch her body in certain ways, and she's like, well, did I say I was okay with that? Did I give you consent? I'm like, I've already told you that I'm not okay with touching my body unless you're planning on, touching me in any intimate way, unless you're planning on going all the way and having sex. Unless you're finishing the job, don't start it. I've told you that repeatedly. But, my wishes towards my body don't matter to her. But somehow I'm supposed to honor her wishes regarding her body. At this point, I just want her body the fuck out of my apartment. So anyway, that ride was just miserable. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time, it's like, everybody else I know that has a significant other with a vehicle, if their vehicle is broken down, their significant other would be taking care of them so they're not out in 110 degrees, sweating balls, wondering if the bus is going to show up and having difficulty getting to work. But no, she can't be there for that. And that's not even where it went. Like, she climbs in bed with me, and I'm just like, so I start and I just started kind of feeling on her ass, and that was nice. But yeah, it's like, I'm like, so you're gonna? I said, I'm gonna have to ride the bus to work. It's pretty shitty. How about you send me off with a quickie so I can at least be in a better frame of mind? And then she gives me this, bullshit of like, oh, you just gotta choose to make it a good day. And you just gotta choose to fuck me. I'm your man. That's why I'm here. Hello. I'm to the point now when I think of her, it's like she don't cook, she don't clean, she don't fuck, and she don't drive me around. What does she do? Trashes my apartment and pisses me off. Helps with rent. I don't need the help with rent. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Doesn't support or help my show either anymore. Something she used to do. And anybody who's a performer kind of wants their significant other to be, part of their show. So that's kind of a big deal too. Anyway, had a good show. I had a really good show, actually. And a girl that I have had a mad crush on for well over a year that had disappeared, and I was under the impression she had moved to Colorado, and she just stopped messaging me, just completely ghosted me. Now, the only way I really kept in touch with her was through as traffic's getting too loud over this way. The only way that I'd been keeping in touch with her is through Snapchat, which is at this point my preferred way of communicating with people, just because it's I've been having so many issues with phones and devices and phone numbers that Snapchat, that's always me. I can move that from phone to phone to phone, device to device to device. And with the exception of my Droid 4, every other device that I have or have had in the last couple of years, I can get on Snapchat with it. Even if it doesn't have service, I can get on Snapchat with Wi-Fi. So, and when a message comes in on Snapchat, I'm never getting a message from an anonymous phone number where I don't know who the hell it is, because I got a text message today and a phone call today on my iPhone, and I think it's Jazzy, but I'm not for sure. And I responded and asked, and I haven't got a response for that. So I just, at least when somebody messages me on Snapchat, I know who the fuck it is. And then we can share stories and stuff. I like Snapchat. I've grown to like Snapchat a lot. Anyway, yeah, she just stopped messaging me. Just never, stopped responding to me. And whatever. I guess I could take a hint. You're not interested, and said you were moving back to Colorado. So have a nice life. That's not what I typed, but I mean that was going through my head with her. But yeah, I've had a crush on her for quite a while, well over a year. Anyway, she showed up last night. Pretty excited to see her at my show. And seeing a lot of other women that I find very, very attractive that, I could maybe pursue being more than friends with if I could just get the drama that's in my apartment out of my apartment so my apartment can be my apartment again. And so I don't have the burden of, oh, you got a girlfriend. If you want to call her that. Got a live-in slob that trashes my apartment is what I got. That regularly lies to me about her whereabouts. Anyway. So yeah, show was really good, but again, I'm just super, I left work sexually frustrated because Priscilla jumped in bed with me, but didn't, I don't have time to, Now, I can have a satisfying quickie in 5 minutes. She spends more time than that on a cigarette. So, yeah, I got my priorities. Hey, if I'm not a priority for you, you need to get the fuck out of my apartment because you're no longer a priority for me. That's where I'm at with her. Yeah. So she's like, oh, I gotta call my doctor. Well, I still can. Okay, that's important. Cool. Although she went outside to do it, just to me is super weird. Like what kind of privacy do you think you need in this call that you need to, who are you really calling that you're willing to go outside and make the phone call in 110-degree heat so I don't hear your conversation? Did she really call her doctor, or is she calling the guy that gave her the base? Things that make this is somebody's house. Those are things that make me go, It's maybe it's on the up and up, but it sure seems pretty suspicious to me. You gotta have trust in a relationship. Yeah, I ain't got no fucking trust. I guess I don't have a relationship. She can go. She can leave. I wish. I should get on that. I like the lion sculpture. That's badass. All right. And these guys here parked where the sidewalk should be instead of parking on the curb. Not cool. Of course, there's not actually a sidewalk there, but still, that's kind of where, I guess I get to walk in the parking lane. Phoenix is just so hostile to pedestrians. It really is. I think I'm in Montebello right now. Yeah, I can see the street sign, but it doesn't say Montebello. I'm not sure what road this is. Oh, Rose Lane, I think? Yeah, Montebello's a quarter mile south of Bethany. I'm a quarter mile north of Bethany. Yeah, this is Rose Lane. Anyway, I was at the show, I'm just seeing all these women I find attractive and wishing I could especially one that I've kind of had a crush for such a long time on. And she was nice. She brought me some beer when I was too busy to get more beer. And she actually put money in my tip jar, because generally speaking, that demographic doesn't tip. And, I would love to be more than friends with her. Definitely. And there's some other women there that I definitely, several other women there that I find very, very attractive. And oh my God, Nikki G, who has a boyfriend who was there, cuddling and stuff with her, but she always wants to sing duets with me. And my God, this dress that she was wearing was borderline pornographic last night. Holy crap. At this point, I feel like I've seen 90% of her ass, and yeah, it's pretty freaking amazing. Saw a whole lot of side boob too, so yeah, thank you for that. I even told her, it's like, man, you got lonely guys like me, you got to put that in front of me. I said, that hurts, you know that, right? Anyway, yeah. My dynamic of that show would certainly be a lot different if I had a nice, supportive girlfriend that, gave me some physical love before leaving and then brought me to the show and was actually there standing beside me and supporting me through the show. It would certainly make things different. But it didn't stop me from having a good show. I had a great show. Had the place going nuts. I did Kendrick Lamar. Backseat Freestyle, nailed it. Had another guy do, after I did that, a guy a little while later did Kendrick Lamar, Mad City, and he nailed that. Yeah, it was a pretty epic show last night, to say the least, and absolutely packed. And I'm sure a lot of that is people drifting over from, people that were going to Break Room now coming to Bullocks. And I'm sure word of mouth of, yeah, remember the guy that used to have the great hip-hop karaoke there? He's at Bullocks. Oh, the old white guy? Yeah, the old white guy. Anyway, yeah, at about 2:08, that's when the loneliness always kicks in. Because by about 2:08, everybody's left, and I'm left behind alone. I'm realizing I'm left behind alone without a way to get home. And fortunately, Jazzy was still there. But before I realized Jazzy was still there, I sent a text message to Priscilla, whom didn't even care about me enough to send me a text or a snap or a message on Snapchat, or an email or anything. Didn't care enough about me to send me any kind of message from the time that I left to catch the bus to the end of my show. Not even a how's your show going, or maybe some pictures of the progress she's making cleaning the apartment, since she's allegedly cleaning the apartment. I don't know, I got more pictures. There's been some minor progress, but I just don't understand how anybody could spend that much time cleaning and accomplish so little. And my gut feeling is that she's just taken off and spending extra time with, somebody that she actually is giving it up to. That's my gut feeling. And even if she's not giving it up to that person, like the fact that she is not cleaning up her mess in my apartment, that alone is upsetting to me. But, yeah, didn't hear anything of her at all from the time I left until after 2 a.m. And that's when I sent a message that said, if you still love me, you'd be here supporting my show and bringing me home. Didn't respond to that all night. When I got home, I came home to her there, wide awake, all the lights on. I want to say about 3 in the morning. I did actually, Jazzy got me a lift home, which was nice because I haven't been able to log into my Lyft app yet, and I don't really feel I can afford rideshare right now. And my plan was to stay at the bar until 4 a.m. and then work on music, and then take the bus home. That was a plan. But when Jazzy offered to give me a lift, as much as I would have rather been going home with her, actually we had talked about going out for some after hours dancing, and then she's like, no, I'm tired, I just want to go home. But it was cool that for a moment she was thinking about going out dancing with me, because God knows Priscilla hasn't been interested in doing anything like that with me in ages, and didn't even fucking invite me to her birthday party or tell me she was having a birthday party. I'm still pretty pissed about that. But yeah, I messaged her and didn't even get a response to that. And the fucked up thing is that she was awake. I could see her not responding to that at 2 in the morning if she was asleep, but no, she was wide awake when I got home at about 3 a.m. on the Lyft. And of course, I think I made the Lyft driver pretty damn nervous, because I told the Lyft driver that I needed her to let me off in the alley because the messy ex-girlfriend has got the front door blocked, which she functionally does. I mean, I can kind of get out the front door, but yeah, I don't like coming in the front door because she's always got so much crap just laying all over the fucking place in the living room. I've shot some video of it, Well, I wonder what that guy's sitting right there for. That's weird. Check this guy out, just sitting there. Oh, and he's got no taillights on. Wow. I tell you, Phoenix drivers are so unbelievably bad. No taillights, and just stop in the middle of just stop in the street. Weird. Yeah, so yeah, Priscilla, no message from her all day, but I get, so yeah, I told the rideshare driver, and the rideshare, I'm sure, was making her nervous, and some of the things I was saying, like she wasn't even responding to me. I think she just wanted that ride with me to end as soon as possible, which is understandable. If I was the driver, I would have probably wanted that trip to end as soon as possible too, as I was pretty drunk and not in the best of moods. Anyway, she Chipotle. Yeah, I don't think I can get to Oz from here. It looks like there's a wall separating the back of Oz from this parking lot. Oh well, this is how I learn. This is how I learn where the shortcuts are, by walking them. Yeah, it looks like that wall separates and isolates. Not so fond of walls that separate and isolate. That's the shit that makes a city not walkable, by creating obstacles and forcing people to have to walk a longer distance in obscene heat to get to their destination. But hey, look, we got a big old wall. Isn't that special? Big old wall. So anyway, yeah, I expected it, at least with her not responding to that text, and that was not, the nicest text to send, but whatever, that's what I was feeling in that moment, that I hadn't heard from her all night, and that she couldn't at least send me off with some nookie, so I could at least have something positive about her in my head instead of all the negative, and would be sexually satisfied while I've got Nikki G damn near naked dancing in front of me, instead of being sexually frustrated and thinking, God, girl at home doesn't ever want to give it up, and God, look at all these hot women here. Need to solve that problem. But anyway, and that is the end of the wall right there. Encountered homeless people in this alley last time I walked through it. Maybe that'll happen again. Anyway, yeah, I expected to, since I didn't get a response to that text, I expected I would at least get home and find her in bed, although I half expected to find her gone, since I was getting home, at 3 in the morning, as opposed to the bus normally gets me home at about 5:30 in the morning. I thought she might do that trick of going out all night, but just trying to make sure that she got home before my bus shows up. But no, she was actually there. And it does look like she was kind of cleaning, but I don't know. It just to me looked like she had made things messier, and she had all the lights on in the goddamn house, and had some device on the coffee table screaming, making blah, 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 talking I don't want to hear when I get home. Yeah, I don't like the sound of TV shows unless I'm actually sitting and actively watching a TV show. So that's another way that we're really incompatible. Like when I come in, I either want silence or I want to hear music. I don't want to hear additional voices. I got more than enough of those in my goddamn fucking head. So, yeah, now I got there and I was still irritated that she was up and didn't respond to that text message, and didn't come to my show, and didn't text me. And I was still kind of pissed off that I had to endure such a miserable bus ride when I've got a significant other with a motor vehicle. She needed to make that call to her doctor. So here's a novel concept. You need to make that call to the doctor. I need to get to work, preferably in a vehicle. How about you sit in the passenger seat and make that call while I drive to work, and then finish that call, and then once I get to work, you can, drive yourself home and resume cleaning or whatever you're doing. Did that ever cross her mind? Of course not, because she don't give a fuck if I fucking get heat stroke waiting for the bus. She don't give a fuck. So, yeah. And of course she can't do that anyway, because the passenger seat is all full of fucking crap that's been there for 3 or 4 days that she hasn't even moved or changed. Fucking ridiculous. Part of that crap is a list of the expensive food that she bought for her birthday party I wasn't invited to. Yeah, there's just layers of, I'm just disgusted with this woman right now. So, anyway, yeah, so got home to see that. At this point, I'm just so not happy with her and just so disgusted by her existence. I don't know if I said anything to her. I was pretty drunk. But what I wanted to do was get home. At least, okay, so you didn't feel you had time for sex after you got off work and before I had to go to work. That seems like a good time for it, but priorities. Okay, it's 3 in the morning. You should be in my bed, naked, ready, and waiting for it. Not trashing my apartment with all the fucking lights on and something's going blah, 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 blah. That's not what I want to get home to after you've functionally ignored me and left me to find my own transportation in the heat all fucking night long. Yeah, just disgusted by her presence. And I don't know what I said to her. I probably didn't say anything, but I just went into my bedroom and I actually shut and locked the door. Shut and locked the door. Yeah, you're not coming in here and touching me and teasing me again. I'm locking the fucking door. When I woke up, she did actually clean up enough space on the couch so she could sleep on half the couch, but she had her legs curled up because heaven forbid she actually clean off all the couch. And speaking of the couch, I've been really seriously about just taking that couch apart and putting it in storage. Didn't say you could use my couch, did I? Nope. Thinking really seriously about doing that. Yeah. And I'm just sick of her trash all over my couch. I'm fucking sick of it. So yeah, I woke up. I don't know, at one point I woke up early, hungover as a motherfucker. I had a lot of beer last night. And took pictures of her mess, because there was lots of mess while she was asleep. A little later, I heard her working. At one point, she was kind enough to bring me some water and a painkiller, so that's something. I mean, I would have rather had a blowjob, but hey, I'll take the painkiller and the water. Anyway, after I took off to head to Bullock's, I get a text message, not an answer, no kind of response to my text about, if you love me, you would be here supporting my show and bringing me home. But I know plenty of KJs that don't have vehicles. In fact, the whole time I was with Elise, when I didn't have a car and she had a car, and she wasn't even my girlfriend, she was just a friend with benefits. Yeah, she would be there at the end of the show to give me a ride home. And of course, I gave her a ride once we got home. That's how Lily came to be. La la la. Anyway, I get a text message from her at 3 p.m. as I'm on the bus, riding the bus, sweating, dealing with that, going to Bullock, saying, "Can you bring in my mail? I have insurance paperwork in there that needs to be sent back." Ha! Really? She didn't send it on Snapchat. She sent it on text, knowing that I'm having issues with this phone. So fail number one. Fail number two, she didn't respond to the last two text messages that I sent her, but she can use that means to ask me about mail. And issue number three, I done told her when she stole my mailbox key that she needed to not be receiving mail in my mailbox anymore, that she was not getting the mailbox key anymore, and that she needed to get herself a P.O. box or get her mail sent somewhere else. I didn't want her mail being delivered there. So I didn't respond to her until I got at Bullock's at about 4:45, and I wrote, "No, I don't have the key. Keys in my car. Keys with Rob. I don't have access to the car. I don't have access to the key." I said, "No, I don't have the key." It's not your mailbox. You got important things to handle with your insurance company, you should probably call them on the phone and let them know, but at some point let them know, hey, yeah, by the way, that address, that's not actually my address. I'm a homeless chick, and that's the couch I sleep on. Anyway, I can't believe I've rambled on for 43 minutes, but I'm just so frustrated. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy some karaoke at Oz, and at some point later take the bus back to my side of town so I'm not stranded here. But anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming with on the walk. Oh, and so where I'm at uploading right now, I've got to make a decision of do I skip a vlog and have a lost vlog from Wednesday afternoon on my iPhone, or I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to get onto Google tonight, get that phone onto Google tonight to directly upload it, but maybe, just maybe, I can use one of my OneDrives to move it over. I don't know, figure out something. Because I know I can't use my Google Drive that's still logging onto Google, but anyway, I'm going to see what I can do. Anyway, thanks for watching.